From the Standing Stone Farm Studio right outside downtown Nashville, it's time for the most ridiculous sports podcast in the world. So sit back, relax, and listen as Bobby Butler and Brandon Bond crack open a cold one and talk all things hockey, pop culture, and complain about everyday situations. It's the Pucks Out Podcast on the Penalty Box Radio Network.
Welcome into the most ridiculous podcast in sports and pop culture. I'm Bobby. He's Brandon.
Heyo.
You can find us on the three majors of social media at Pucks Out Pod. Now let's crack open this cold Mayday beer and let's get after it. As always, Pucks Out is powered by Mayday Brewery, the official beer of Pucks Out Podcast. Check them out every Tuesday for Singo, Thursday for Bingo. It's a great time. Today we've got a good bit to cover. We've got the trade deadline coming up. We've got our games of the week. We've got some news and much more. How are you this week, bud?
I'm good, man. It's been a busy week. I'm glad to get through it. We're recording a little late on a Saturday, which is a little odd for us. So doing well, man. Just, pushing through, really ready for some summertime. Like I don't have like a summer break or anything like back in the day, but it's just nice for it to be warm.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. What about you, buddy?
And I'm also looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll bet.
So I am excited. I think there's I want to say there's like 12 weeks left of school for me. Especially since I mainly teach seniors and they get out 2 weeks early before graduation. So after that, it's kind of just, I still got to go in to work.
That sounds like too many weeks. This is March already, big dog. 12 weeks would be 3 months. Y'all go until June? Y'all go to school until June?
I think, maybe I miscounted. Maybe it's like 10 weeks.
Sure.
I don't know. It was like,
sure. I'm trying to help you out here, bro.
Someone told me 14. Yeah. Someone told me 13 weeks like 3 weeks ago. So I've just been doing the math.
Was it a student?
No, but it wasn't a math teacher.
It wasn't a math teacher.
No, it was a history teacher. So
history shows they don't know a lot of times if it happens now.
Now I'm interested in how many weeks we actually do have. One,
right.
2,
It sounds
3,
like
4,
you probably got like 8. You probably got like
6,
9.
7, 8, 9, 10. And graduation is May 16th, so that's 11 weeks. If you go until graduation, it's 11 weeks. So it's one off.
We don't though. Nobody does. It's when you're done with school. When school.
Well, that's when my contract hours are. That's when I still have to wake up, be there at 8:15.
Yeah, but that's okay. All right. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, like it would be. Your job isn't there though. Like the hard part of your job is gone. Like imagine if you were just a teacher and there were no students there, Bobby. Everybody would be a teacher, dude. Like, come on. The hard part isn't just talking about this stuff. It's the kids. It's the kids that make it hard.
I'm still gonna be teaching the stuff just to an empty class.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh man. Oh no, Bobby, that's so difficult. No, dude, that would be the dream, dude. Like,
I probably will take my Nintendo Switch after my seniors leave. And just
I'm saying, let's count the real, like how many weeks of work you got left, not how many weeks you have to go to work.
And then so it's 9 weeks.
9 weeks.
Okay,
that's nothing.
9 weeks.
Okay, nothing.
Yeah. All right. But let's jump into the news real quick.
Everything you need to know about what's happening on the ice. It's time for news from inside the boards.
Austin Matthews gets his 53rd goal and is on pace for 75, which everyone knows. Once you're on pace for something, it's done. It's settled.
It's done. And we were just talking before the show, Bob, and we might as well bring it up here. We all know that in all my fantasy leagues, I got Austin Matthews everywhere. And it's, my thing is I've always heard 100% of the time you want to get, if you get a basket, you want to put all of your eggs in it. You don't want to leave any eggs out. And then you say, this is how many eggs I have and have gotten this far, and it's on pace for this. And so I've got 75 goals in the fantasy season. I'm super pumped up about that, dude. I'm not worried about it at all.
Congrats.
I'm not. Yeah. So championships, lock it up. We call the season now.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
talk to everybody. We'll see what they think. Yeah, man. But he's dominating. He's hot. I believe I have him as the goal scorer. So I'll probably be keeping that. The Rocket Richard winner next week when we do mid-season awards, I'll probably be keeping that. If that is who I indeed went with. So, yeah, super looking good. I don't know if you saw that crazy Leafs stat, but what was it? Here, let me see if I got it. It was. I am not seeing it. But it was essentially like they haven't beat the Coyotes at home in like a long time or something like that. It was just something weird, like 2002. Yeah, it was. I'm not sure if you can find anything on it, but it was a wild stat. I'm sad I didn't like grab.
Wait, was it a wild stat or a Leaf stat?
Boom, 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 boom. Never, dude, never. Okay. They threw up on there in 1931. I'm not really sure the Taco Bell take was 1931, Al Capone convicted of tax evasion. 1933, Albert Einstein arrives in the U.S. from Germany. 2002, Matthew Knees is born. 2002, last Toronto regular win at home versus Arizona. Like, okay, but why are we throwing in, like, yes. Yes.
I'm so confused.
The timeline of the bits, like, we started at 31. We started at 31 and then 233, but then to 2002 twice for just one. We could have just done the two stats. So, yeah, I was very confused by that, but I'm also, the more you know, Taco Bell take, like, if Taco Bell feels I should know it, I should know it for sure. There's no question.
Yeah. Taco Bell creates the school curriculum, actually.
That is good to hear. I was hearing that people were being brainwashed, but Taco Bell, they are for the people. Although they're getting a little pricey, dude. They're about to.
Well,
they're turning on us. I mean, they're turning on us.
School's expensive. Dude. But all right, Nathan MacKinnon hits 100-point mark for the second consecutive season.
Impressive, very impressive. Kucherov already over 100 as well. Just some dominant hockey at the top. Connor McDavid's at 94. Pasta's at 87. Panarin's at 82. So, the real question is, Bob, I think we both have Connor McDavid, I would imagine, as the Art Ross winner. Is that something that next week that you plan on changing? Or do you have any idea yet?
Ooh, that is something I'll need to think on.
Yeah, sure, for sure.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's kind of hard to go against Connor McDavid. I think that there's still, whole.
Sure, and Connor McDavid within 10 points is a couple games. You know what I'm saying? That's still possible. So, but Cooch and McKinnon are playing lights out right now. So it's hard when you get an opportunity to re-roll with either of those two guys with a 10 and 6 goal a point lead. Could be valuable. I know we got to think. We usually do a little bit of a fair. I mean, our level of research, we check into it a little bit and kind of make some good decisions. So we won't spoil it. But I was just getting you thinking ahead of time to see if you kind of already got something in your mind.
Yeah. But all right, let's jump into outside the NHL.
Now that you know what's happening inside the boards, time for the rest of the headlines with news from outside the boards.
Nikola Jokic joins LeBron James and Russell Westbrook as the only player to post triple doubles against every single team. Now, you say in here is a little exception. It says except the Nuggets. Does that mean LeBron James and Russell Westbrook also have not posted one against the Nuggets, or are they haven't done one against their own team?
No, Jokic just hasn't posted one against the Nuggets because he's not played on other teams. So
obviously, LeBron and Russell have played on other teams, so they've done it against
every single team. Yes.
Okay.
Jokic has done it for every team it's been possible for him to do it against. He's done it against.
Yeah, well, that means he's got to change teams if he wants to be in that.
He will definitely never change. I think that he will. He is ready to be done with basketball for his whole life. He's never wanted to play. He's just been too good to not play. He's like, I want to go home. He's like, let me go back to Serbia. Like, play with my.
I was really just thinking about him this morning because, and the other day because some of my students talk about Luka Doncic, and all I could think of was when I put that preseason bet in about Luka Doncic winning the MVP, and I had amazing odds on it, like really like minus 2,000 odds. But no, I accidentally put it on the wrong European guy and put it on Nikola Jokic to win the MVP, not Luka Doncic.
Yeah, well, that's good. And then you won. Then you won the money.
Oh, then you know what? It must have been the other way. Then
all
I know is I put on the wrong European is all I knew.
Right. Well,
yeah.
You're like, dude. You're like, this guy. Why is he plus 6,000, dude? People are sleeping on him. People are sleeping on Jokic, bro.
In that case, I put it on. I wanted to put it on Doncic. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know.
I mean,
all European guys look the same.
All white Europeans will look alike, dude. We can't, I'm sorry, we can't differentiate it. This is no, and it's funny. I've been playing a lot of NBA 2K lately, and so I've been playing some my team, and so I do play with Luka. I don't play with the Jokic, so it's weird,
Yeah. Caitlin Clark breaks the women's NCAA scoring record. I already saw that her name has been permanently put onto Iowa's court.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, she tied it with the logo 3, bro. That's pretty sick. I mean, she's a boss, bro. It's like seriously impressive to watch her play ball, dude.
Yeah. However, I think we've got someone who's even better than Caitlin Clark in the wings waiting to break her record, waiting to break Caitlin Clark's record. That's Juju Watkins from USC. Apparently, she's a phenom. I've watched a little bit of her games, and she is lights out. As a freshman, as a true freshman, she's already broken USC's scoring record. So it's exciting to see where she is in a couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. The scoring record is a coveted thing. So we'll see if it can get broken. I mean, hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for a big record, nice season like that. So I'll have to. You said Juju Watson. Well, obviously, I'm not a big college basketball fan in general. So I did see a funny. Speaking of college basketball. Speaking of college basketball, do you see somebody tweeted like LeBron or Bronny James's stats or whatever is y'all think what do y'all think Bron should do, leave or stay? Somebody tweeted back, looks like he should stay about 3 more years.
Yeah.
get ready for a nice job after college as a community leader.
Yeah. I saw one where it was a scouting report. It has a bunch of negatives, but in the pros it has highlighted and like underlined. It says comes with LeBron for cheap.
The thing is, it just sucks that he's his dad's son. He's a good ball player. But like his dad has now put this expectation that, hey, I'm gonna play with my son in the NBA. Wow.
We gotta get there.
This is not right. This is gonna have to be nepotism so high.
I mean, LeBron could move and they could play in the Australian Basketball League together.
Yeah. Spain, dude. You see LeBron and Bronny playing in China. You know what I'm saying, dude? Hey, I'm taking the overs. Okay, I'm switching up my I'm switching up my betting.
But all right, so let's see. Yep. Oh, Messi coming back to Nashville. We were talking about this right
Yeah.
before thing. Well, what is the date of that game?
It's this Thursday, the 7th. It's
this Thursday. Okay.
CONCACAF, whatever it is. It's the cup round of 16. I just always say it wrong. The CONCACAF.
I didn't know. I thought you used to say it as letters, like C-O-N.
No, it's like a long. It's like too many letters.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was dumb.
It's like 8. Yeah, CONCCQACQFQR2TP tournament round of 16.
Summon a demon.
Yeah. So Thursday we'll see. Maybe I'm going. Maybe I'm not. We got the tickets up for sale. If somebody wants to go a lot more than I want to go, then they'll be able to. If not, then going to see Messi.
Let's see. So, as we already said, next week we'll be talking about our mid-season awards, but today we are talking a little bit of more about the trade deadline. It is coming up, I believe, on the 8th, so about 6 days away. Let's see. So, the struggle to so we haven't had a lot of moves yet.
No, I was really hoping. You wanted to do a speed run episode yesterday, and I'm thinking, no, we need to do trade deadline talk, so we either just push it back or whatever. And realistically, we didn't have to do that. This is not. This
I thought you meant. Slow. I thought you wanted to talk about rumors because in my head I was like, there hasn't been many moves. Maybe he just wants to talk about things that could happen.
And I knew and I was hoping more was gonna have happened. Is happening as we move along. But there's just not
one
been
big
a
thing
lot.
Though. One big thing, and that is last week we talked about Chris Tanev, who
we did.
The Flames
I was gonna say.
Said they are, no matter what, they are not budging. They are getting
not at all
high quality first round pick. They want like a top 5 pick. Well, they got a top 5 pick. Well, a top 5 round pick.
Yes.
They got a 2024 second round pick and a conditional 3rd round pick in 26.
And Artem Grushnikov. That's pretty good, huh? That's pretty solid name saying. Artem Grushnikov.
Solid Russian. Yeah. Solid
Artem
Russian
Grushnikov.
Name. Yeah.
I am here to save your hockey team.
But Tanev is headed to the Stars. That's a good get. That's a decent pickup. It's a good quality guy for the locker room. A solid D-man. Not gonna take your team. I don't think he's gonna win you a playoff series, but he's a good piece to fit in there.
And the Devils are retaining 50% of Tanev's salary and get a 4th round out of the deal. The Leafs get Ilya Lyubushkin, and Kirill Slepets. Lyubushkin, a great D-man, big-time hitter. Got him on a couple of our bangers leagues. I think it's a good ad for them at this time. The Ducks getting a 3rd round pick from Toronto. The Hurricanes get a 6th round pick from Toronto and retain 50% of Lyubushkin's salary.
Lyubushkin?
Lyubushkin. You just say it quick. You say it like that. Lyubushkin.
This is now the How to Pronounce Names podcast.
This is really right, and we're not getting much better because the Devils get Curtis McDermott. Not too bad. The Avs get a 2024 7th round pick and Zakhar Bardakov. So not terrible, not terrible. But seriously though, you talked. There are still some rumors floating out there. Any that you think have any teeth to them that we get done in the next few days?
Not that I've heard specifically. So I think I haven't heard anything about Jake Gunsel yet, and that's I think that's a big one. Obviously, Elias Lindholm has moved around. Sean Moynihan.
Monahan's moved already.
I said Moynihan like he was on fucking Saturday Night
Live. Lindholm, he went to the to Vancouver. I like that.
Matt
that
Dumba and Tyson Barrie are still up in discussions.
Okay. It's not a lot of names. There's usually a couple
UC
names that are
Saros
really.
was actually UC Saros was a big name that was being passed around, but as of right now, the Preds, like always, it is the most Preds thing in the world. Right before the trade deadline, they go on a heater. I mean, they
killing it.
They're
7 in a row, right?
Minnesota, I think we're 6-1 or something like that. But yeah, just absolutely on fire, and it is just the most on-brand thing for the Preds to do.
I hope they stay still. Maybe or buy. If you can buy big, I guess.
They are on a 7-game. Nope, I was wrong. They're on a. I think.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it was a 7-game heater.
Before they played the Wild, they beat the Wild 6-1. Sorry, that was where I saw. I remember seeing 6-1 somewhere on the article.
Right, 6-1 was there. It was just how dominant they were as a team.
And I knew it was gonna be bad for our trade deadline when I was listening to NHL Network, and they said over the last week, over the past 10 days, the Preds are the number one in the on the power rankings over the last 10 days. I'm like, oh god, Preds, Jesus Christ, Preds are never gonna sell anything.
Right. We're destined to be a wild card playoff team the rest of our life. So we just got to hope for another run, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. I don't know what eldritch god we pissed off that cursed us with this, but we need to get out of it.
This is all a setup for us to create the world's greatest Reddit post all over again, dude.
Yeah. Oh, that would be amazing.
Avalanche had one of the best seasons of all time, dude. That's the thing. If they it shouldn't be ruined by one series, dude. That was the best part, is that wasn't like a game. It was like one full series, like a 7-game. Like they won 4 games in a row. My boy's like, if they win 8, he's like, best 8 of 15, okay? We then we call it.
Hey, first to 51. Let's just do that.
First team that comes into the game and had the most regular season points advances. Yep. That's us.
You with us, Boston? Yeah.
Yeah, we're in. We're in.
All right, so let's move into our games of the week.
Games of the week. Bobby and Brandon do the work, so you don't have to. The best from around the NHL and what to watch.
Alrighty. So coming in, I'm sitting at 23-14. Bond is at 17-20. I don't know how.
Went 0-3 again. Went 0-3 again. You went 1-2. So you didn't do too great, but
I separated a little bit.
Yeah, you're pushing out to a nice little lead. I made a little storm back. It was coming close, and then now I've had really 2 bad, rough weeks.
I locked in
0-6. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I've just gotta focus. That's the thing. Yeah. It's no big deal. I've got 3 good sets of games this week. If I go 0-9, Bob, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be hard to focus in. It's going to be hard to go laser focus. But, that's the way that the cookie crumbles sometimes, man. And sometimes you pick them bad.
Don't forget, you always have your secret weapon of claiming to put an asterisk on the season because we're only doing 3 games.
So, because we switched to the 3 games. Right. Yeah. I'm going to have a hard time with the appeal. Mostly because all of the changes and switch ups have pretty much been me. It's like you were essentially the commissioner of games of the week, buddy, and like had pretty carte blanche attitude on doing however it need to be done. So honestly, Bob, I've really hurt myself. I really focus in and focus hard when I have a lump and I can make strides all at once. So we'll see how it works out, man. Maybe you get to sit back with the Stanley Cup trophy, and I have to look at it in your background instead of you seeing it in mine.
But all right, comeback season starts now for you though. So what is your first game of this week?
Starting. I really like this game. It's actually I don't know when this episode's gonna be uploaded or listened to, but today. The Saturday at 2 p.m., Panthers Red Wings. I'm excited about this game. I'm going to go with the Panthers here. I like the Red Wings.
Smart pick.
I'm actually going to go with the Panthers.
They're the best team in the NHL right now, so that's a good game to get you a footing in. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking. They're going to let me down, but I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, they've won 3 in a row. Maybe they can make it 4 in a row up in Detroit. But all right, so my first game of the week, it's on the opposite end of the spectrum. You've got an afternoon game. I've got a late in the night game. I got the Penguins heading into Calgary at 9 p.m., and I'm taking Calgary.
Okay. And then technically out of order, I'll give you my second Saturday game. I went with another solid game, Rangers Maple Leafs, today, the second at 6 p.m. I'm going to go with the Leafs. They are looking all
Personally,
right.
I would.
Leafs.
I mean, I think that's a good matchup. I would have gone Rangers, but
Okay.
I like the Leafs pick.
Well,
I don't hate it. Yeah,
No,
this is a 50-50 matchup.
I've been thinking too much. You know what I'm saying? I've just got to go in. I just got to say, hey, this is the team I think. Boom. I'm picking. That's how I got to get in the game, dude. I've been trying to analyze. I've been trying to bring in, stats and analysis into sports, bro. And that it's not. You got to have it's a feeling in your heart, in your gut, dude. In the deepest depths of your soul. You know who's going to win, dude. Just say it. So, what I'm bringing back.
Yeah, so let's see. I don't know how I'm feeling about this game. I think, oh man. So my next game, I guess I should announce it first. I've got the Wild at the Blues at 5 p.m. On Saturday today. So, I'm already tilting about this. I think I'm going to go.
Tilt.
I'm going to go Minnesota.
That's where I would have gone to. I was kind of hoping to tilt you to the Blues, but can't do it. Like the call. That'll be a good game as well. And then Sunday, I believe it's actually you first. So why don't you go ahead and tell us your last game?
So I've got Arizona going into the nation's capital against the Washington Capitals. That's noon on Sunday. The Washington is currently on a 3-game home win streak, and I think they extend that to 4. I've got the Caps.
Okay. Like the call. I have for my final game, Sunday evening at 8 p.m., Penguins, Oilers, and I'm going to go with the Oilers. I'm going to go with the new hotness and throw out the old hotness. Sid, you're out.
All right. So looks like we're thinking that Penguins are going to have a bad weekend.
Let's hope. And I mean, I hope that they have a good portion of the first part of the weekend. If we're being truthful.
All right. Let's move into joke of the week.
The weird.
Corey Perry.
See, I don't like this. Wild. I think the first read was a good one. Now I'm overthinking it. Outlandish.
Each sixth chick sat on a stick. Little tongue twister.
And downright dumb.
You're kidding me.
It's time for the joke of the week.
Yes. I know. Texas Tech defensive back Tyler Owens says he doesn't believe in space. I wish that was like a play on words or something, and it's like we get deeper into it, like he doesn't believe in like allowing wide receivers to have space or something like that. No, like he doesn't believe in like galaxies and planets. And he says he's very religious. I know you're on the article. It's giving me a problem pulling up. He says he's very religious, but he just doesn't. I already knew where it was going when he says, I just don't really mess with the heliocentric line of thought, and I already know what that means. There's nobody that believes in a round Earth They don't call it a heliocentric. That's only for flat earthers. And then he goes on to say that he really got into listening to flat earth stuff from Kyrie and B.O.B. Yeah, so when we all joked about, oh, well, who cares what Kyrie thinks? Well, now this guy doesn't believe he doesn't believe in planets.
Bro, his agent has got to be like, what are you doing?
Dude, I am telling you, you're making this so hard. Dude, like, you have got a ball so absolutely hard because now it doesn't matter. Yeah, if you can go out and you can play defensive back, that's fine. But, dude, people are always like, dude, is he going to go crazy at any point? I don't know.
Like,
I mean,
what? If somebody were to go up and point at the moon, what does he think that is? If someone goes up, there are days that we can see other planets visually with our own eyes. Like okay,
like, well,
if he was like a 5-year-old,
have you heard what B.O.B. and Kyrie said on the subject, Bobby? Because you should honestly yourself.
I don't listen to them.
You should honestly educate yourself from these scholars. Kyrie Irving, the NBA basketball player, B.O.B. the musician. These guys are the ones that have unlocked the key to the earth. That's who they gave the key to. That's the thing, Bob. You just don't even know. Just what a joke, dude. Like, why would you say it? Like, first of all, why would it come into play?
Jeez.
I'm blown away.
Like, there's no way someone asked him about this stuff, right? Like, that's not.
They asked, like, what's like one of your crazy beliefs or something? Like, what do you believe? Like somebody asked something.
Someone was probably like, if he was like, I think a hot dog is a sandwich. Like, that's a cute, that's a fun thing you say when someone asks you a hot take on an open mic. Not, I'm a flat earther.
Right. 100%. Like, like, I think most wines taste the same. You know what I'm saying? Like,
space exists.
I've never tasted any difference in an expensive wine versus a regular one. Like, like. Yeah. And so like, I feel like that's crazy.
Even flat earthers will probably be like, "Whoa, he misunderstood." Like, we believe space exists. We just believe we're flat.
Right. Everybody's like, they're like, dude, he's like the conspiracy theorist of the flat earthers. Like, they're like, we doesn't even believe. He just believe. I don't even know what you would think. Like, what is happening? Like, what is?
Jeez.
Like, he legitimately thinks that we're in God's hand right now, and like. He's rocking us like a cradle. No space, dude. Oh
my God.
I want the Titans to draft him because I want him to bring him to Nashville because I got so many questions. We can get him on the pod, dude, and we can just have a full hour with defensive back Tyler Owens. Because I've got so many questions. Not to hate on him. I just want to know what the thought process of what goes through, the mind. More of like a psychology experiment than anything.
Let's move into. I'm sorry, we did joke of the week. Let's move into what are you binging? I started playing this new game. It is it's an absolutely amazing game. It's taken the world by storm, and it's taken me by storm. And that's Helldivers 2. It is like a very well made game version of Starship Troopers. It is an over the top. You're quote unquote fighting these bugs and robots for democracy, but when they say it's fascism, you're fighting for fascism. But it's like future fascism, where it's like Super Earth is taken over. And it's a good game. It's made by an indie company that they didn't think it would be as big as it is, and so they had to like expand the servers. They have a lot of like fun little, like they'll have like like in a loading screen, they'll have like a tip screen that says how to do well in the game and stuff like that. Little things you should know. But every once in a while, they have things that aren't part of the game. Like one of them is just don't drink and drive.
Nice.
And I'm just like, that's awesome. Yeah.
That's a smart
ball. But they've got and other ones were like, here's a tip, don't die.
Yeah.
There was like, and then in parentheses, it's like, this is for the game and real life. Just don't die.
Just generally, or do if you want. I mean, that's your call. I'm not telling you how to live your life. Yeah, dope, dude. That's what's up. I've been Stephanie and I when we get a chance. We finished Modern Family as one of our shows that we were watching, and so like we got into. I wanted to watch Echo on Disney Plus for that's like a part of the Daredevil verse, but it's been so long since I've seen the Daredevil verse, so we're actually going back through the Daredevil verse. We just finished Daredevil season 1. Watching Jessica Jones season 1 now. I'm going to tell you, Bob, we're almost most certainly gonna skip Iron Fist.
Iron
though.
Fist.
He was
everyone, you
so
should.
bad.
Everyone
dude.
does. Yeah,
it was
no.
so bad. I'm
Bad.
Danny Rand.
It is.
I got the
truly one
power
the
of
worst-
Cum Lum. Whatever.
I think it truly is one of the worst Marvel things they've done in years.
Dude,
but
it
now
is so bad.
Defenders is great. I love the Defenders.
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, yeah. If they sat me in a room and they said, you have to watch one episode of Iron Fist, or you have to watch 24 hours of Thor 2, at least I would get to see Natalie Portman for 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is, Danny Rand was hard. He was hard to watch.
Yeah.
He was rough.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
100%.
skip that one. But then otherwise, I'm getting back in the.
Yeah. When I first read this, obviously we're doing this in the morning, and I was kind of not even looking. I thought it's just the Prada Wears Devil, and I was like, that's a weird thing to
Ooh.
binge just to watch.
The
it
Devil
at
Wears
lunch.
Prada, but yeah.
What did I say?
The Prada Wears Devil, which is sick.
Oh.
Sick name.
Yeah.
Super
yeah.
sick.
The
But
name
not
of my metal band.
anything. Yeah. I was just binging it. Stephanie, get me my purse.
She's like, honestly, he's been a nightmare since he's watched it.
That's the obvious. Yeah. When he comes back later and he's like, I am so sorry. You finished the movie? Get me Paris.
All right, let's move into what's snapping your stick.
Bobby and Brandon are about to find out exactly what snaps their sticks.
All right, why don't you go? Because I'm going to piggyback on yours, much like you did with me a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, just failing to read instructions. I'm not gonna bring up specific examples or anything, but just did you all not have that lesson in school? I learned it. I hit it. It hit me hard. Okay. You get your teacher gives you this full packet, like a bunch, like way too much stuff, like way too much homework for a child to do.
Yes.
You're upset. You're mad. You go home. And they tell you, make sure you read the instructions. You write your name on the paper, just like you always do. But most people don't do that. They just go ahead and start going. And so some people come in with half the packet filled out or all of it filled out or whatever. But some people just came with just their name on that full packet and nothing else. And those people got 100 because in the instructions it says, read these instructions, write your name, and then don't fill out anything else. This is the end of the assignment. And so it's like one of those things that, like, if you just read what you were supposed to do, then you wouldn't have had to do all this extra work. We didn't give you all of that homework. You did all of that homework because you're a dummy and you didn't just read 2 lines, some instructions. How do I do this? How is the right way to do this? So it really just, I learned that. I learned it I don't think I finished like the full packet or whatever. I think I got like a half of it done. But you figure stuff out and you learn the lesson, right? Like you learn the lesson. So just read the instructions. I don't really have much more than that. I do have things in my mind that's coming to me, but we're not going to talk about those specifically. Just read the instructions. And it tells you it's instructing you. I don't know if the instructions are like, it's got a word base in it there, and it says instruct, and that's to teach, and it's teaching you how to do the right thing. So,
yeah, I mean, as someone who is actively teaching seniors who are just a couple weeks now from joining the workforce and going to college and being functioning tax-paying adults, no, they don't know how to follow instructions. In fact, they will actively not read instructions. They will seek instructions. I got this.
Yes,
and then bitch when they get it wrong.
Yeah, and like this is like people that build, like they'll get something from like IKEA. And they'll build it without the instruction. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's wild.
And I will use a real world example, and because it literally happened yesterday on Friday. every single one of my classes, they come in on the big screen in big bold letters. Their assignment was wanted them to create 5 test questions to gauge what they knew about a subject that we talked about. I said, write the questions. Do not put the answer. You should be able to answer these questions, but don't put the answer on the paper. Mainly because on Monday,
the answer.
They're like, yeah, someone's like, so we put the question and the answer. I'm like, no, it says right there in big bold letters, do not put the answer on the paper. And then many of them would turn it into me with the answer. I'm like, you weren't supposed to put the answer. He's like, oh, how are you supposed to know we know it? I'm like, that's not you're a young adult. You're a senior. I trust like I'm trusting that you put the question because you know the answer.
I didn't know it was I didn't know it was poisonous. How was I supposed to know? I don't know. You're an adult.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So if you're one of my students listening to this, follow instructions.
Follow instructions, dude.
Yeah,
I don't even have
adult out there. Follow instructions.
Yeah, it's much. Yeah. It's and see,
you have
the big thing is
so
right now.
You also
Right now, you think, oh, it's no big deal. Yeah, but if you don't do it now, you don't get in the habit, and then when you get older, you're one of the adults that are not following instructions and are actively slowing down our society.
Yeah.
Okay, don't slow down our society. I want it to speed up
our
bit.
society.
Yeah, so I want it to speed up a bit if we're being completely honest.
Yeah. But all right, everyone, thanks for hanging out with us. For Brandon, I'm Bobby. This has been the Pucks Out Podcast. We'll see you all again next time.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Pucks Out Podcast. To see what other ridiculousness the guys are up to, check them out on Twitter and Instagram @PucksOutPod.